Welcome to another episode of Choose a Career. Today I'm here with Josh Sullivan from Arch Medical Solutions. Now, y'all make and you fabricate parts to use on people.
That is correct.
So tell us a little bit about what y'all do.
Sure. We are a contract manufacturer, so we make parts for OEMs, which is people like Smith & Nephew, Medtronic. People probably heard those names before. Mm-hmm. So we make it to their spec. We primarily do instruments and devices that put the implants in. We do a little bit of the implants and can show you a little bit of that here in a minute. But for the most part, complex instrumentation, that's what we look for from an orthopedic standpoint.
Okay, so some of these companies like Smith & Nephew will build actual parts that are going to replace something on somebody. Mm-hmm. Y'all help with facilitating the tools that will install those parts.
Yep. And then sometimes we actually do make the implant. So it just depends on what they're requesting. But our bread and butter is the instrumentation.
Okay. Tell us just a few of the instruments that you can name off the top of your head that you make.
I tell you what, I brought a couple just so we can show. This would be a device, a drill. So in other words, it's a tap, but you can see hopefully you can kind of see the threads there. If you look at the threads, that would be something that if we were going to drill into and they need to install maybe even a shoulder or a knee, that will clean it all out so the implant can go into it. That's why people are very sore after their surgeries, right? Because
right.
That's the type of stuff that goes in there. This particular piece, kind of interesting, is probably a 2 or 3 piece where we made the end and then welded it on. Also, you would make the end here that would hold so that they could get it in there and screw
tool.
in. Mm-hmm. Yep, something like that. This is another one, kind of an interesting, it's actually a guide drill. So this would actually sit on the person. This is for spinal, and they use this to guide where they're going to put in and drill, right? So some of the others, this is actual like implants where that might go on, obviously it's a left the L there, but that might be somebody that has a ankle that had to have a plate in there, things like that. So same thing there, very similar there. So in that case, that actually would go in the body, or could. So
and there's a lot of specifications to make sure these things are safe.
Yes,
that y'all have to follow. I mean,
absolutely.
The amount of engineering that has to go into these and the exact specifications are just probably mind-boggling.
It is. It's interesting. So you talk about Arch, and I know this is talking about careers and whatnot. That is probably the first portion of it. A lot of we think about machinists, running the machines and whatnot, but really for us it starts with engineering, and that we collaborate with the OEM's engineers. From that standpoint of once we make it or design it, doesn't necessarily mean that it's machinable, right? So looks great on paper, but you got to program it. So then we kind of move to our programmers. They will take the part, program it to where it can actually run on a machine. Hopefully it goes well. Sometimes it doesn't, right? But they do that. Then we have our machinist. They are the heartbeat of Arch Medical. They are the ones that can take a like I said, take a piece of metal and then turn it into something really cool like that. So they do a great job with that. Talked about the welding, right? Like we make these in numerous pieces. Obviously, like even this component is different components that get welded, laser welded. And then they finish them and assemble them. So very hands-on industry. And then the quality portion of it, coming back to the very end, right? Got to be in spec. It's got to be done well.
Right.
One thing we don't do, Arch does not do, is we don't do sterilization. That is typically left up to the Medtronic, Smith & Nephews of the world. But,
so a lot of your stuff will go to one of those companies, and then they will take the second
sterilize it. In fact, we clean it, but they sterilize it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. You mentioned that obviously y'all employ engineers. Mm-hmm. You have clerical people, obviously, in an office.
Absolutely.
Your machinist, what type of schooling or training do those jobs get before they come to you?
So a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of trade schools, technical schools, more techs being one of them that I can think of off the top of my head. TCAT, which is in Tennessee, Tennessee Tennessee College of Applied Technologies. Northwest here has they have some advanced manufacturing programs and training. Sometimes we take people right out of high school, and so it is truly one of those people that are good with their hands. Got to be a little bit good with numbers from a standpoint of looking at different from a standpoint of not finance. It's more of dimensional and seeing that type of stuff. But a lot of our associates are very good with hands. If they like to work on cars, they are typically pretty good at these jobs. And so when you think of manufacturing, a lot of times people think of dirty facilities or whatever it is. That's not who we are. We are very clean, air conditioned, nice place to work. It's a great career path. We have people that, like I said, straight out of high school and make a very good living.
Okay, so if students are interested in this as a possible career, how can they get in touch with you guys?
Sure. You can certainly call me or email me, josh.sullivan@archgp.com. We will do internships. We've obviously, with DeSoto County Schools, looking at potentially trying to get an advanced manufacturing program up in the
CTC program?
CTC programs, that's right, to let people see if they like it or not. And so a lot of the people that we have long tenured employees, just they like the career. It's also very rewarding. We have to remind ourselves of that we help people walk again, right? We make the products, maybe the implants, that help people get back to a good quality of life that, for whatever reason, they need it. Right. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so very much for joining us today.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.